Hi guys, how's everyone doing? Today I have got some insane drafts for you. So I've been playing a fair bit of draft lately. I find sort of the drafting quite relaxing, I suppose, is the best way to put it. I mean, it's not like head to head where everything is so serious. I mean, draft games, they're all about, just racking up the points, getting some high scoring games and having a laugh with it, to be perfectly honest. But I'll move into talking about the actual draft on screen now. Don't get the best start in the world. All three of these, they aren't brilliant, but I'll make do with them for now. I'm going to go with the defensive tackle because I love building up the D line. I think building up the D line is one of the most important things for me. Scott Chandler there as well. Fairly decent tight end, and I love having a good, tall tight end in there. And we actually get another version of Williams in the team there. So we're going to build up an entirely Williams-based D-line. His cards don't look great, if I'm being honest, but you can tell just from those cards he's a big, strong guy. So we're going to get him in there and just totally get rid of my opponent's running game. I mean, they're not going to be able to run with both of those guys in there because in Draft Champions, nobody has an insane O-line, I find anyway. I mean, I love drafting O-line. As you can see, we actually get a left guard there, 88 rated. But not many people decide to actually draft O-line. They decide to draft cornerbacks, wide receivers, quarterback, and that's it, to be honest. So hopefully, our D-line can shore things up there. And we'll just have to rely on stopping the pass. And annoyingly here, the two elites we get, we already have people in those positions. So we're going to go with Jeremy Hill, who I've been using him all year, and he's a cheap beast. I mean, he's obviously now loads of players are cheap, but earlier on he was about 3k when everyone else was about 10k, like really early on in the year. And his card stats are phenomenal. Sammy Coates here as well. Brilliant wide receiver. He's actually in, I'm pretty sure he's in my top 5 cheap beast wide receivers video that I did a month or two ago. And you can tell just by those stats how phenomenal he actually is. But we've built up our O-line here. I mean, we've got pretty much or nearly a full O-line. And luckily, we have Peyton Manning behind them, slinging the ball, and hopefully he'll get us, a lot of good throws in there. And we'll be able to score loads of points with this team. And annoyingly, we actually get another double up round here. We get a centre double up, and we get a left guard double up. So I'm going to have to pick the fullback, and someone commented a few videos ago that picking a fullback doesn't actually change your overall. So that pick there, no good for the overall, but it will definitely help the team perform better. Having a good fullback to lead in front of my running back, or just good for fullback dives, will definitely help a lot. Get Calvin Pryor there as well. I seem to get him in nearly every draft, and he always performs insanely well. So, if it's not broken, don't fix it. I'm going to pick him up. Opportunity to pick Jimmy Graham, but we already have Scott Chandler in there, and I'm going to pretty much finish my O-line besides the left tackle now. So I know Peyton Manning's going to have a lot of time to sit in the pocket, and we'll be able to hopefully throw some dots because, we'll have a good few seconds at least with that O-line just to sit back and make a good read. Also, Campus Hero players, I try to pick them up whenever I can because for their rating, their stats are insane. Legend round here, we actually get Ultimate Legend Sean Hutchinson there. Would have loved to pick him up, but unfortunately another double up position, so we're actually going to go with Sharp there. Pretty decent draft to start things off. I mean, the other drafts coming up, definitely a lot better. This was the worst of the 3 that I've put in the video. So we're going to move into I don't know if the next one's the best one or the last one's the best one, but they're both phenomenal drafts. So let's move into them now. And if you guys are enjoying the video up to this point, drop a like on the video. It's always nice to see the likes go up, and some of my videos are actually getting around 10, 20,000 views that are around the draft. So I'm pretty sure that you guys are enjoying them. So it's always nice for you to let me know you're enjoying it by hitting the like on the button there. But moving into the second draft here, starting off with another. Actually, last time we started off awfully. This time we're starting off really well with Watson at tight end there. Big, tall, strong guy, which, like I said a minute ago, tight ends love him in this game. And this pick here, I don't know why we got a 96 against those pretty bad gold cards, but I'm always going to pick CJ Mosley here. absolutely love his middle linebacker card. Whenever I play with him, he plays so well. And once again, we get Williams at defensive tackle. So as you can see, there's already a few double up picks here. But I'm not sure who to go with at this point. But I'd probably we'll go with Williams again, because obviously I played the last draft and I actually won it with the first team. And I think this team I won it with as well. And then the last team only got to the third round. But I'm not sure who to go with here. I mean, they're all pretty good picks, but none of them stand out. But I love building up the linebackers. So I'm just going to go safe there. Go with a linebacker. I mean, Rogers Cromartie, really good card, but I prefer the linebacker to the cornerback, because I think the safety and the cornerback usually tend to double up if people lob it deep, and and the safety, I think, is more important in that than the cornerback. So we're going to get Patrick Chung in there. His card, once again, if you haven't tried the cards out that I recommend, give them a go. I mean, because it's at the point in the game where I'm sure you've used loads of cards. A lot of cards are affordable, high rated cards, but give these guys a go if you get the opportunity. And I'm pretty sure Benjamin there is a new NFL mover card. Might be wrong on that, but that card looks disgusting. I mean, those stats, they were all high 90s, all the ones that mattered to me for a vertical threat. So definitely going to pick him up. Going to get Doug Free in there. So I'm actually going to be putting him in to my other series, Developing Dallas. See if you can check that out. Definitely go and check that out. But I'm going to put Doug Free into that. I'm trying to build a whole Cowboys team, and he is one of the next additions. Opportunity to get Jeremy Hill again. I'm not sure who to go with here. There's a few good options, but left tackle, I just love building up the O-line. I think you can use the gold running back they give you, but the gold O-line tend to be so bad. They just let blocks around so easily. But Glover Quinn there. Probably my favourite free safety in the game. Not the best, not going to say he's the best, but for me, he just performs above and beyond those ratings. So I'm definitely going to go with him. Sammy Coates again. Love those stats. How fast he is. Just because he's small as well, he's so elusive once he gets the ball. So once you get the ball in his hands, he is gone. Right end here. I've never actually seen this guy either. Going to have a full Williams D-line again. This time it's different people, but that card looks disgusting again. Love to use another word for that, but it is disgusting. So we got Captain Munnell in there. Another one of those cards that very underrated. I'm not sure if he has a higher rated card, but if he does, I'm definitely going to look into picking that up at some point for my main team, because the gold card performs so well. And unfortunately on the elite round here, we got all double up picks, and I'm not that big a fan of Brian Finneran. I just don't think he plays that well, which I think is reflected in his low price on Ultimate Team. But going to go with the left tackle there. Like I said, building up the O-line. Now we've got a really good O-line. We can just run behind that, sit in the pocket behind that, even though we didn't actually pick up a quarterback. And that 84 overall there with 85 overall defence, I think, is incredible. But moving into arguably the best draft now. If you made it this far in the video, let me know in the comments down below by typing #Shanato. But as you can see, we didn't start this one off that well. I tend to not start off drafts that well, actually. I tend to get really good picks around the middle, slow down a bit towards the end, and then get one, two maybe really good picks at the end as well. But as you can see, TJ Clemmings, high rated O-line, brilliant impact block. I mean, that's going to help get a lot of pancakes. And I tend to run to the left, but if I want to run to the right, that's definitely going to help me in that department, especially with sort of screenplays. I pretty much always screenplay to the right, and I love the screenplay in this game. So that will definitely help out there. As you can see, CJ Mosley again. Not going to pass that up. I don't know why he always comes up with lower rated players, and I really don't know why. It really confuses me. If anyone knows why that happens, drop a comment down below, because I'd love to know why that actually ends up happening in the game. But going to build up the cornerbacks here. I know I said I love building up the linebackers, but got to get one or two cornerbacks in there just to help sort of the double up situations. Really wasn't sure who to go with here. I mean, we've got a 97 overall, but he's a defensive tackle, and I don't know how he's 97 overall, because he doesn't merit those stats, but going to give him a go. Never actually used him before, and we end up getting a brilliant round here. I mean, I pretty much never get Super Bowl 50 players, especially the higher rated ones like this. But love Torrey Holt, love Ty Law, but you got to go with Torrey Holt. Getting a high rated wide receiver in Draft Champions, pretty much, if you get a high rated wide receiver, high rated quarterback, it's easy wins. You just lob it deep to them and they end up coming down with it at least 80-90% of the time. I mean, I've got Isaac Bruce a fair few times, the signature card, and whenever I get him, just lob it deep to him and he ends up winning it. It's just unfair on the other person, to be honest. But moving into another elite round here. Terrell Suggs, not the best player, so I'm going to go with Patrick Peterson. I actually got a golden ticket, I think yesterday. I think it was Patrick Peterson anyway. And I haven't got the chance to use any gold tickets this year, annoyingly. Haven't got the coins for them. But if you guys have used any of the gold tickets, let me know down below how good they actually are. Because I've never come up against one actually either. I've just seen them, sort of other guys on YouTube using them, and they look ridiculously good. But we get Ted Ginn Jr. there. Love his cards. They're just so quick. Amazing vertical threat. Carson Palmer, not too keen on picking him up. Not my favourite quarterback in the game. His throw deep and throw mid just aren't good enough, I think. But it's better to have he's a good quarterback. It's better to have a good quarterback than a decent one, or not that high rated one. Calvin Pryor here against Bird. I always pick Calvin Pryor, so I thought this time I'm going to mix it up. I'm going to go with Bird here. I mean, he's not as quick, but his sort of play recognition and zone coverage stats just seem a lot better. And since he's a safety, you know, he has that buffer of 10-15 yards on the line of scrimmage anyway, so I don't think the speed will matter too much. And we did need a running back, so Curtis Mine's definitely going to fill that void. But that's the team overall, guys. Let me know if you've enjoyed the video by dropping a like on it. Subscribe if you're new for more videos like this, and I'll see you guys soon in my next video.